It's your boy Warlow back with another My Team video. And we gotta have a discussion today. Okay, about the hidden gem concept stuff of that nature. And I'm thinking there's already issues happening with it currently. Just even today with this drop, I think the issue is popping up there. Okay, it is popping up. Even last week, I think it's popping up. Is 2K front loading the content? Like a lot of all these cards, right? If we look at all these hidden gem cards, if you go through all the ones that have been released, they have not changed nothing but the position on the card. So, example, LeBron James, well, not LeBron, he was in the game day one. Glenn Rice was the same card over. Only thing they changed, actually, they didn't change nothing on Glenn Rice, because he's a better example. Like Kareem could play the 4, but Kareem was the same stat-wise as his hidden gem card. Now, there is a problem with this, with balancing issue. As we know, these stats, some of these stats were fine in the beginning of the year because, well, we're going against Ruby cards. You know what I mean? Like, y'all going against Rubies. You're going against budget cards. But as each week goes on and on and on, they're giving out more free diamond hidden gems each week. So a lot of us are getting a lot more hidden gem diamonds. We're getting a lot more amethyst. We're getting a lot more gem of the games. I mean, today, in salary cap, let me check. Did not mean to click that. In salary cap, they just gave away a 90+ overall premium pack. Just as an example, right? Just as an example. Like, they're still, like, we're getting teams better, but we're looking at the cards. They can't compete with the card, if that makes sense. Like, tomorrow, we're getting Theo Ratliff tomorrow. And I could just pull up 2KDB, but I'm just going to pull it up right here. Because the issue I'm already seeing is, like, Theo Ratliff, which you mentioned earlier, only has a 25 free ball. If we remember last week, the Edwards guy, who they dropped, he has a 25 free pointer. Wilt Chamberlain, like before I show, but Wilt Chamberlain, day one. Let's compare him to Wilt. Let's compare him to Wilt Chamberlain from day one. And I get Wilt was a better player than Theo Ratliff. You're probably going to be saying that. Yeah, I understand that. But that's just not good on pacing. Okay, Wilt can't be the best center forever. Or what's the point? You know. How are we ever going to get better options if Wilt's going to be, Wilt just can't stay as the best. Like, Wilt can technically hit with a 39 3-pointer. But yeah, Theo Ratliff, Wilt has better stats than Theo Ratliff. And he came out, like, 2 months ago? Like, 2 months ago. Like, he should be, 2 months ago. So then what is the point what's the point of wanting Theo Ratliff? We have Ronnie Seekley who can pop threes, who they just gave for free. What is the point of Theo Ratliff's existence? Because back then, they would update it, like, periodically. As the years went on, they would adjust the SIGs, adjust cards to that nature. Because, like, I'm just asking the question, like, do y'all think they're going to update some of these cards down the line? Because I feel like they have to. Because if we even look last week, these Amethyst cards are horrible. Like, even, like, example, top of the class, was it this set or was it this set? Whatever this set was. It was an Amethyst Edwards. Let's see if I can find him real quick. It was Amethyst. He was a 9. Yeah, this guy. This guy, on paper, don't look bad. Like, is an inside. And then you get to his defense, and what the freak happened? He has a 34 perimeter, 45 steal. So, like, what are those stats? 50 speed. How the freak, 2K, if I'm a budget player, and I can't afford these top elite centers, how am I supposed to use this card? Who is this card for? Who is this card for? And we're even seeing it with the high-end cards. It's becoming a rampant issue a little bit. Because even if you compare Luka to Devin Booker, as an example, like I said, this is what happens when you front load the content and don't look and actually update them. Like, example, you got Luka, and it is probably not the best because a lot of y'all can't afford this. But if you compare Devin Booker to Luka, what does Luka have better than Booker? Luka should have a better stat than Booker. Luka came out later than Booker, but he has legit no better stats than Booker. None. Like, Booker is better at legit everything. Defensively is way better. So, like, what's the point of anyone, like that's not a way to upgrade, because now there's what is Luka for? Luka's for Luka fans? I'm a little lost. I'm lost here. And the Amethyst cards is basically, we know which ones are going to be the best. There's no chance. Like, a lot of these Amethyst cards are outdated now. Like, I'm sorry, 2K. A lot of these Amethysts are not going to run at this current point. People aren't going to want, not Moses Malone, but add Series 2 Hidden Gem Amethyst. Okay, there's only 20 Amethysts, which is not that many. And there's not, like, even Amethyst Kevin Durant is only going to come, well, 83 speed isn't that bad. But, like, a lot of these cards are not going to be runnable. Doesn't Darius Miles have Brook Lopez released? Like, are they not going to, they're probably not going to update that down the line. That's an issue. That is a issue. Darius Miles, like, he has, okay, I don't know why that's on the screen, but Darius Miles has a Brook Lopez jump shot, I think. Brook Lopez jumper. I think he has Brook Lopez. Yeah, Brook Lopez. So, like, when he drops, he's going to have a broken shot, and he's going to be for nobody, because 2K is not updating anything. They're not updating their SIGs. They're not updating their release. They're not updating anything. Even though cards are good now. They have to update these cards certain. Like, in my opinion, you have to update certain, like, man, I'm not saying SIGs now, because SIGs might be fine because we're in October. But if they're just going to leave everything the same and it's just going to come down to this, then that's a problem, in my opinion. I think that's a problem. And I think that's going to be a big issue going forward. Like, Zach LaVine, we mentioned, still better than everybody. Like, Diamond cards is going to run into an issue, because a lot of these Diamond cards right here are going to be outdated by the time they drop, because they're not updating anything about them. There's no chance for them to be better in the future, because, like, they have to drop 285 of these, and if they don't plan to update any of these cards, then it's basically, you know, the big cards from day one are still going to be better. Like, it's not, I don't know. I just feel like it's not the way to do it. Like, what is this interior? A 79, a fit 90 speed. It's nice, but, like, a lot of these Amethyst cards are not going to be able to, like, they're not going to be good enough by the time they drop, because 2K is giving them, like, they're just not updating, and that's an issue. I feel like that's a problem in the game, and I feel like it's going to be a continuous problem. Like, as the year goes on, for real, really, if we're being honest, as the year goes on, it's gonna be a big problem, because if you don't update certain things to keep them up to par with these good cards, then they're just not usable. And it sucks that it has to be this way, because 2K tomorrow could just drop Tom Chambers and he's not gonna be good. He's not gonna come with a lot of badges. He's gonna have a 3-pointer, but he's gonna have 42 perimeter defense. You can't bump that up to like a 70 to help people out that are on a budget. 68 speed. Like, ouch. I feel like that is an issue, because even today, like I said, even with today's drop, it's a problem. And it's a problem with every single card they are dropping in the future. Going forward, it's going to be a problem in the game. And, like, I would love to see budget gold cards, budget ruby cards that are really good, but they're not going to update any of these cards. It'd be nice to see Brook Lopez, when he drops, gets a jump shot change, and then he's honestly one of the best budget centers in the game, honestly. But they're not going to. They're going to base it off this card. They're not going to fix it, and they're not going to actually adjust anything. And I'm not even saying that. They don't need to adjust SIGs. They can just adjust stats. I feel like you have to adjust certain stats to keep them up to par as the year goes on, because I feel like they're not managing that really. I don't think they're managing that well. Like, at all. I mean, there's some players, if you check the database, with default small. Are they going to keep those players with default small when they drop? Like, I don't know. Based off what they're doing now, it doesn't seem like they're updating other than position, basically nothing. And down the line, I just don't think that's going to work. And it's going to be a big, gigantic mess, but I guess we'll see in the future if 2K does or they don't. But I just want that. I don't think it's a rant. It might be a rant, but I just feel like it's already a problem, because I just seen it with Theo Ratliff. I'm seeing it with Edwards, where he's a useless card, and there's gonna be a lot of useless Amethyst Ruby cards if 2K don't start them. I'm not saying make them on par, make them like usable at least. Make them usable so they can at least be budget cards. Like, that's all we're asking for. So, like, people can have budget cards. People can have their, you know, just make them up to legit par with the current content. I don't know why I have to ask for that. That's crazy. I never felt like that was an issue, but I feel like in this MyTeam, it's gonna be a big issue. Which, I guess as the year goes on, which some people will say, well, I get to keep my card for a long time, and if you look at it like that, then I guess you'll be fine with it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, his person Elephants, whatever. I know I probably said his name completely wrong. Is he just gonna be the best budget center for a long time because every other center can't get what he get? Like, it can't get 80 speed. Like what did Brook Lopez have for speed? I know his speed is gonna be in the tank probably. Just as an example, like, what's his speed? Yeah, 25 speed. Porzingis Diamond Car has a 25 speed as well. So do they plan to actually drop Porzingis with like 50 speed in November? Like, no one's gonna care. Does KG even have speed on this card? He has a 63 speed. It's like, are they not going to update these cards down the line? And I feel like it's going to be a problem. And it's going to be a huge problem if 2K wants to, if they're playing 35 speed. Like, they have to be planning to update these cards. They just have to down the line, which I hope down the line they are. But if they're not, I feel like content is going to get, it's going to be, I don't know. I feel like it'll be bad. So hopefully they start to update these cards a little bit. So these Amethysts can be better. These Rubies, Sapphires can be better. It's annoying to look at gold cards with no freaking badges. Like, it's a little bit, it's so annoying. It's like, bro, give them a freaking badge. Make the gold card good at least. Like, I shouldn't be looking at golds with no badges. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But I understand they're gold cards, but bro, make them at least interesting. But yeah, that's just my little rant. I think that's going to be a problem with hidden gems going forward. We're going to have to see down the line if 2K shows any care about it, because I hope I don't ever see what I saw with Edwards last week, because it bugged me last week. It's bugging me now with Theo Ratliff, and there's no reason we should be dropping an Amethyst center with 50 speed. It's like, it's unacceptable. In my opinion, I think it's unacceptable. I mean, I think it's borderline unacceptable. And I think summer badges should be updated by as well. Like, I don't know how they can do it, but I feel like you got to do it. I feel like you got to do it if you want to just keep content flowing good. But that's my little rant. Let me know if you agree or disagree. 25 driving dunk. Good God. See y'all next MyTeam video.